your own invested resources. Therefore, when you achieve financial independence, that is when you work when you want to work. That is where you work for pleasure. You don't work for money. That is when you do whatever you want to do, with whoever you want to do with, at whatever time you want to do, without any restriction at all. That is what we call financial independence. But how do we get financial independence? When you have financial independence, number one, you are able to take care of your own self. Number two, you are able to support the work of God. Now, when you have financial independence, it empowers you to help others. Now, it also helps you to help your community and everything. That is when you have achieved financial independence. Now, this is what we call the financial foundation. It is a usidan. Se usidan, the most important thing usidan was the way any day, any foundation. And when who a uniswa foundation. Now, what is foundation? Without foundation, a house is like a glass. It will break down and shatter into pieces. But we share a community anymore. You start here instead of your basic foundation. You can start from the root, which is investment. Yes, your back room na say the car an investment. A day and your first. You back to see down with you. Enti yenyesika instead of yedi bi beto baby na ochine bi asemba aboye ho ban no yedi sika no si yedi kwako si dan enti e start from investment na nyankopon fasa ma o se ochina osore na yare na untimi nkwadwuma then what happens a dan na usi ofie no aka otiase into the assistant Kiano, Idika and say, Ye boy on buying. Ye boy is sick as some who buying. Ye bo, ye dach him who's buying. And ye boy and cassa, yes, ye body no buying. What am I saying? What am I saying is that first we need to protect ourselves because we are the people that are going out there to get money. We need to protect our income so that in case, say, I be bad. That income will still continue to come. And then we need to protect our family because our family is very important to us. Then lastly, we need to protect our future. We are in a journey to one place and the destination is called retirement. Whether a time will come that you have to retire through. Yes. So either you retire by your own self or nature will retire you. Either case, you have to retire. Therefore, you need to have a place that when the time comes, you will be able to protect yourself. But we start from the root. Now, I can't see my slide. Yes. So, after the proper protection. So proper protection is very, very important. Now, what do we mean by proper protection? You can only protect yourself when you transfer the risk of your life to insurance. That is the only way to protect yourself. Yes, people hear about insurance. What is insurance? Insurance is transfer of risk, where you transfer the risk of anything to the insurance company so that in case something happens, they take care of it. That is what we call proper protection. Kroma away, you see about 75% of people they go bankrupt. Why? Because of medical bills. They go bankrupt. So that is number one thing you have to do, proper protection. If you don't protect yourself, you don't protect your income, you don't protect your family, you don't protect your future, you are like a glass that could break down any time into pieces. But after that, the next step is what we call debt management. Aseɛ ne sɛn, aseɛ ne sɛ, ɛwɔ sɛ wonya sika a wontimi ntɔ biribi a ɛnkɔtɔ. Sika no wonya to ɛnɔɔma a ɛbɛboa wo, ɛnyɛ nɔɔma a ɛmmoa wo. We are trying to buy things to impress people who don't really care. You see? Then, emergency funds. Ɛwɔ sɛ wonya sika de to baabi a wonhu sika no koraa. Ba sika no ankasa bɛnyi na in case sɛ emergency bi ba a watumi anya sika no bi de ayɛ ahwɛ wo ho. Statistics show say here in America about 45% of the people don't have $400 in their account for emergency. Which means as emergency basis here in Nipano, about half of us America you need $400 now. In 2 years, I know my way in area. Not the Becano and idea investment. But you cost 30 free so a dana is in the Acosta free show any day bassy. Into your boy a pair, ya bra bossy. Into be na yeda go farm me. Go farm me. Na a ho any sika $10, $20. Why? Because we did not do the right thing. So we are here to educate our community that it's time that we learn how to manage our money. It's the same money, but we need to learn where to put it in such a way that in future, our lives will not be pitiful. Okay? Now, this is what we call the formula for building wealth. I believe saying you know Bahad mo say yebe bobra. Ya mahasi yebe shawo. Ya mahasi yebe shawo. Ye bahasi yebe bobra. Enu biya super say dache utiminya bibi na ode abobra. But can you play a game without knowing the formula? Can you play a game without knowing the rules of the game? Does anybody know the formula for building wealth? We all want to build wealth, but do we know the formula? If you don't know the formula for building wealth, it means you are playing a game without knowing the rules of the game. Will you win the game? Of course not. Inti untimi nkobo bola, unim rules aye de bobol no. Ube den no we win match no. Inti ene beka ho asem sisi the rules of money. How to build wealth. Number one is that we all need to go out there and make money. Yes, whatever be the case, we need to make money. After we make the money, plus time means say unye sika tuya wo hoka first. Ansa na otu obi aka. Which means say sika ni bi to baby. A wunhu ne sika no enko double, enko quadruple. Into wada, nso sika ni ye adwuma ma. Na when timi am fasika na bi anto baby. Yes, just say unye sika e wo sansa ni ntua ka no 10% of that money has to go somewhere. Now that money will multiply and quadruple. That's what we call the power of compound interest. Into that is what we call time. After you make the money, time. It means put the money somewhere, and that money will quadruple. Then rate of return. Rate of return means interest. I will say interest. Ne bit me a positive, and a bit me a negative. Now one fan to baby here, a beko negative. Would the two baby years so a beko positive. Na a hen I would do sick to. Busa won't say yen a medicine to. You never be the sick to 4-1 came near Cosro neighbor from a coneba. That you be do retirement. No? Yes, a market in a crash, unisika. Yes. Then inflation just here in America, inflation is about 3%. Inflation is simple. Nititi and say, sikade biano, elusu value. Na what is sote? In America, sikana what is sote 3%. which means as a wo de sika wo $1 and how the share usumi ase wo de share usumi ase the year 2000 that time na 2000 no na petrol ye tonu krom ha 1 gallon $1 it is a wo de $1 share usumi ase a na ne okoko yi sa $1 na de aba se me de ba be to petrol e betima to petrol na sanity e che say petrol no a lose sa $1 no a lose value about 4%. I say no inflation I say no che say usika no na ho den so ate sika $1 no say no intimi ntohwe ade say okuta $4 antan no wetimi ato ade a in the year 2000 now to me turning and son ade so e friend taxes kromo a ade bia be tax o enti say when timi avoid the taxes a sika no oje a Uncle Sam obeji ni nyina afiri unse enti so hu ba bia this can beto a o Uncle Sam intimi ni sika no and son wa build a wealth into all I'm saying is that you need to make money, save money, invest money, and protect money. That is the formula. Into you be explaining how do you make money? You make money by going to work, job, and you find a job. And then you can also make money by what? By investing in your business. And then you can also make money by then investing. Udisika ekopisika. And at the last cry, he said, I was said, dear, we be expenses there will reduce. What I say, I was say, Utimi, make sure, say, a dear win own talk. And Kotuto no man family go and your fee because I'm wow. So that's it. Expenses no reduces expenses. Also, red. It is a very important. Intino and family sika will make it. But say when Timmy and reduce expenses as can be that. Is that simple? You can make millions of dollars, but your expenses could be 2 million. And therefore, you have made nothing. Somebody can make $10,000, but the expenses here $50 until he can save money and grow money. What you say? Do I make sense? Good. Intino, reducing your expenses is very, very important, especially a credit card. Because credit card no o de kotwa dia ye beje sikapa. What you say? Into time no ne dey hin. As I say, the earlier you start to save money, the better. Into sankola ya omutie say o de $10 to akola and chain a be account money says ya. Only no I millionaire. I didn't hear because of what we call the power of compound interest. Sika acquire sika fast double. Sika yemfa hoden any edepe. Sika nankasa wa hoden e de double any friend the power of compound interest. Intino the earlier you start the better. So way ushe so a Mrs. start early and Mrs. wait longer. Omumi enu nyina obia ese that could be our $10 better. They be all the $10 better. Intino Bosome or the 300. Na afe or the 3600. Intino. Na the first Mrs. started and say, okay, me the start this year, na my BM account ne. Na metria in fienum, mitria we are no mejai. Okay, I'll pay for the first 5 years. I'm going to contribute 3,600 a year. And then after 5 years, I'm done. And I'll have the money compound, which means the money will grow by itself. So they did. He did. So he started at 25. By 29, he stopped. But the money will compound until at age 34 now or saying, or 33,508. And I Mrs. Wait long. I said, oh, the medium train. Medium train, yeah. Me did 30 years, and I started. Also did 30 years, no. He started. What started? Also, you have 5 years. But at age 34, or saying, yes, difference of about 11,000. Why? Because of the power of compound interest. Intino, say, one pay baby and fausika and to. Bra wada, nesikani nyamawa, and the obey Jumaku Sitama Biwu. A da be judgmani and a danis can be jaba. Into a very necessary obey time. Into the earlier you start, the better. At least our case, let's try and open some account for them. And then in future, they will not be like us. It doesn't matter how much you put down. Yes. Now, rate of return. The formula no me can say rate of return. And also how money grow. It can grow positive or grow negative. Now, answer now person who says sikano ebeni ekwan be fa so adobo no. Your formula be a friend the rule of 72. The rule of 72. The rule of 72 no actually say answer na hunu kwan ya usika wo de koto ba bia be double no. Offer number 72. Now we divided by interest rate on your money. The number you get is the number of years your money will take to double. And to say, oh, $10,000. Now say, oh, the Kokoto bank. Now bank in 1% interest. It just 72 divided by 1. Who divided 72 by 1? Obenya 72. It just say, can be 72 years and son a double. Into the time now we're saying 101 years. And son of can be 20,000. Name the same 10,000. What the Kokoto baby for? Now your mouth 6% interest. A bay 72 divided by 6. Into bay saying 12. It's just every 12 years we can be a bit double. Into by the time I own this 65 years I will call retirement. Next can be saying 80,000. The same 10,000 no. Name ultimishe now pay baby suswa. You be 12%. And so by 72 divided by 12. We divided by 6 years. It's just every 6 years we also can be a bit double. And by the time I will 65 years, not the same 10,000, I'm quite saying 640,000. And now, who did 71 years, I also can be saying 1.2 million. Now, bank be anywhere Kroma or 1%. Minimum bank dear, but me the minimum media. Or mouse saying, Oko check it, your mouth 0.01. It will offer number 72, now divided by 0.01. I say, Ubenya 7,200 years. A Chelsea will see Canada Bank and a bit take 7,200 years before it will double. 7,200 years. Where will you be? Methuselah Claude is saying. How old was Methuselah? And that is what the bank is doing. They take our money and they give us 0.01, which means our money will take 7,200 years before it doubles. Meanwhile, the same bank give us credit card and then they charge us 29.99 interest. Would you be a credit card this year? HSA, a year 72 divided by 29.99. HSA every 2.4 years. In fear me no be anefa, o can a double. O can in fear me no nefa, a bed double. Into a credit card na 10,000. Every in fear me no nefa, 2.5 years biano, a cano will double, a bega 20,000. Into the oil say we 10,000, but in 4 years time no, not than 40,000. Into 3 that. Into the credit card 3 because it double every 2.5 years. Meanwhile, who see Canada Bank on a day? A bed double 7,200 years. Na ehina oko. Unko baby. Meanwhile, we see in school and OBM. Into this is the time that we are working. This is accumulation phase. Into I was say a baby this kind of a very, very important. So at least you be 6 to 12%. Into say ne what you have we say Baby, I'm sick and dano. Minya 6 to 12%. Unya 6 to 12% ya. Nene, wama Cecilia achiro. Baby, I'll be between 6 to 12% nibi. Enye densa. Ebi wa hakruma ya. Swat as ye. Good. Now, the next thing, any inflation, some American. So this kakotu baby. Nasisikano. It doesn't grow above 3%. You are losing money because inflation is 3%. So anything that grows less than 3%, you are losing money. Now, there are 3 ways your money can grow in America. Only 3. Fixed, variable, and indexed. Fixed, no say flat. Flat. It just say 1%, 2%, and come baby. And a variable near there, friend 401k, 403b, 457 retirement account. A costo number form, Into I say roller coaster. Unyiko when you now see can so unyiko nechi. Into by the time I will do retirement, let's give you any your index account. Index no de HSA oko anymore oma form. Into it looks like a staircase to heaven. You can only go up, but you will never come down. Into let me ask you, all of you. If you want to grow your money, among all these 3, where will you grow your money? Indexed. Of course, indexed. But the question here is that, what do you have right now in your account that is index strategy? Do you have anything that is index strategy in your account? If you don't, today you make decision. It's that simple. Because this is not taught in school. That is why we go out there to teach our community. The last is taxes. On se because manos taxes. Krumha, only in America. When you make money, you pay tax. You save money, you pay tax. You grow money, you pay tax. You die, you pay tax. America hankwa na ewu out your tax. Yeah. Enti no ekwan bi ase ebejo tax. Enti se wo di sika ekoto ho a e wo so hu baby a wo be o di sika no beto a untua tax kese. Wo ti ase. Enti wo hwa a ye wo tax now. Tax now no ye dey savings bank account, brokerage and mutual funds. Se wo sika wa ha no mo a e kire se afi no so a ye bebre wade bi e friend 1099 INT. E kire se we're making more than $10, file tax ne tuya. I say no. Now, enti ebi mo de o musika ko tax later. Tax later no ne de ebi ni 401k, popular pa, 403b, RE, annuities, pensions. Ni nyina chese tax later. E chese min tuya me tax say. Ne mum dachi Minia na mene Uncle Sam ya Jessica. I say no. Uncle Sam said, don't pay now. Hold on to the money till you grow, and then we'll share the money. That's all. And then the last one is tax advantage. Tax advantage in the municipal bonds, rough IRA, executive bonus, and cash accumulation in insurance policy. Sa normal way, idea. Your friend with tax advantage. Won't you tax? Ultimately avoid a lot of taxes. What you say? Intino se wo share. Na se wo hasisi a. Ehefa e na be pese osika wo. Tax advantage. Inti busa ho se. E de na me wa sisi a misika no e what tax advantage. Uni bia ene hwe na pebi. Because okay? Basically, these are the knowledge that we need to grow our money and know where we put our money. The last but not the least, Adia Umuai, Ena, Mr. Tekan, say, if we are no, a normal means, Yepo, Ebeba. Yepo, Sa normal means, Ebeba. Ne baso so na wan fa osika nto ba bi ye a echese abrabonesi. Number 1 sickness, yare. Yare eba, it does not give notice. Ubia ni wa o ha yare aka tell say, oh, next month me cancer me ba be chew. Inti try me. Does sickness give notice? No. But does it come anyway? Of course, yes. Statistics shows that 1 out of 3 of us who impedimfomians are cancer. Now, when that sickness comes, does that mean say your bill will stop coming? No. Does that mean say your children will stop eating? No. Does that mean say your company will continue to send you check? No. Therefore, when you are putting up money, you need to find a place that when you put the money, there's something to protect you. In case Nyankopon fasama na yare no ba says can be bisi wanai. What you say? Yes. Say in case say stroke ba sikan baba bisi wanai. In case say heart attack ba sikan baba bisi wanai. Now, mami musamu mu obi bisa say ochina oda na wo sorry na when you stroke sika bibi free baby abana. Baby, I know say a lot of us don't have that. But that is what we preach about. Now, I mean share a story. I want to share some story with you. Why I choose to come here today. And wherever they call me, I go. Now, madam for pa. Menino and a book for ye bibia. Enti me start here jume be feel soon. And I'm call and I'm catching say Kwame. Ejuma say me ni me church sika say muntino. Say na oya accountant oya pharmacist. And na yere so your friend is a nurse practitioner. Enti no they live good. Omo dan kese pa ewo Virginia na nya dan ketwa. E dan so papa. Na obema yi oka ne Mercedes e na ne yire so ewo ne kanyen. E na omo nkwala mienu, nkwala nketwa mienu. Nkwala yi eko private school because they were doing well. Enti me kwa na mkache Kwame se Kwame. So this kano baby a sikano de to no. Bibia ni wa e protect you. What you say? So this kind to baby at least. In case say I be ba, sikan beba. In this car or to way, ubit me there to baby. So qualifying quandia. Ubinya be 1 million. Na say I be bad that chia. Says can 1 million aba. Aba be bon by. Because it's Kakrona at the Koto Bank, but almost for 1 million beyond to baby. In Tienshe, so be qualifier. Never sikan betwa. Kwame catch me so medjuma o mama insurance o me bibia mai intino prince adia wo kan die emwa me mia na ja me koi enti last year menini me nu nyina yesi e ko Christmas e bakwa ko di Christmas wo Ghana enti betwa me ticket on so twa ne die na yeso o wadwuma Owejuma hu ya nso okofo wabubu agufom when you stroke. As I speak to you now, we're bedridden when you stroke. What happened? A dying kesiano onene yere aton obanum kwenti minyede intimintua inti no edano eko. Now cast me nu oba no ntimi ntua enti no cast no ba ko yede eko na hina sisi a omote oba no sister efi na 2 bedrooms na omno ene ankwala obia woni dan wodi bibia eho no makwa akotena na sisi ya ye kase last month as a last couple of months and now for 4 years address e beji to talk akra na e de akoboa say ni nya $1,500 1,500 bit right there. CCA, as I speak to you now, Kwame, Yinim, EBC and Fanning Kofi, Yedene Komawai, ni Mamma and Papa. Ebisu say, Yinjano, aha, ni Jana house on a wire. CC, confusion, will become a bassa. A serious issue in our community, Sidebia. Nasanka Kwame Tiemia, Enanka, Sika or day to baby, or the betoa, Anka ne, and ne 1 million, won't mean 3 bills, Nana. Sakometria. A Sika Kruya near to all this account. I didn't in the infant to be a beer. Ye be my protection. Say, Ochina. Ochina, Yamin Fasama, Yareba, says he can never be born by. Number 2, a dear friend, you chrome the emperor would yet because we'll be a fish over than a book. We don't want to hear about that. If you talk about Tafiakwa, may God forbid. But death happens. We just heard that a young guy around here passed. Is that not true? Yes. So death happens. Now, when death happens, what do we leave? Do you want to leave legacy or do you want to leave liability? Yes. You can leave legacy if you choose to. But we choose to leave liability. I didn't hear because if he say, yeah, more young mobile. What you say? Now, Asim Sisi Kim. The next thing is that we are in GoFundMe. We are in Facebook begging. And people are contributing $20, $10. Now, the last one, retirement. The last one is retirement. Now, if for some reason, these are the 3 things that are going to happen. Whether you choose to do it, you don't do it, they're going to come anyway. So sickness, if sickness doesn't happen to you, death does not happen, of course, retirement will come. Through? Yes. Now, when retirement comes, what happens? There's what we call the 3-legged stool. In the olden days, when people retire in America, they have 3 means of getting money. The first one is called pension. Pension means that you will be paid till you die. That is called defined benefit plan. That when the companies realized that, no, this is not helping us. So they took it out. They took it out. And now they brought what we call defined contribution plan, which is the 401k, the 403b, the 457. So right now, when you look, pension is gone. The next is what we call what? Social Security. A lot of us, we are going to depend on Social Security. But just so you know, Social Security, according to statistics, is about to run out. Because when Social Security started, back in 1935, it was about 40 people contributing to take care of one person. 40. Today, as we speak, is 3 to 1. And Social Security, as most of you think, that Social Security is when you contribute to Social Security, your money is tied, and then it's waiting for you. So when you get to time for Social Security, you take that money. That is not true. Social Security is you pay as you go. So you pay is used to take care of those that are retiring now. So when you get to retirement, those that are working are going to take care of you. So when you get to retirement and there are no people who are working to take care of you, you have no Social Security. That is the truth of the fact. So those that are basing their life on Social Security, I'm sorry to tell you that. According to statistics, by 2033, there could be no Social Security. Therefore, what is left is what we call personal savings. So you need to establish your own personal pension plan. And that is what we teach. that you can establish your own personal pension plan. So that when the time comes, you will be able to take your money tax-free. So number one, if sickness does not come, if death does not come, and you get to retirement, you take all that money tax-free. Isn't that an amazing thing to do? Another thing is that we don't know. And what we call probate court-free death benefits. What does probate court-free death benefit means? You need to put your money where the money will not be subject to probate. Now, what is probate? People will ask, what is probate? Probate simple means that here in America, the day you die, that is the day all your bills are due. When you are working there, you are going up and down, you have bills. The day you die, that bills change to what we call estate. It means we're going to pay all your estate first. So when somebody passes, the account are frozen. And then it takes about a year before. That is why in our community, you realize that people put money in 401k, they put money in 403b, they put money in savings account, mutual funds, all these things. But once they pass, when that account is frozen, joint account, your wife cannot even get in there. And I have a story to share with you. I have a client. I was telling her that anytime I go to speak somewhere, I'll go with her. So she gave her own testimony. She talked to the husband. And the husband told her, honey, I'm going to go drop the case and head to go to work. And we'll catch up. He left. 1 hour time, a phone call came in. Then the police said, your husband called us for emergency. He was driving, and it looked like he said he was having some chest pains. So he came out of the car, called the police. By the time the police got there, the guy has passed. This is true story. Right here on 495. True story. Now, the wife said, after everything, he was confused. So after 2-3 days, he decided to go into the account to get money. That account was frozen. That's the first time he heard something about probate court. So it's not that we are not hardworking. It's not that we are not smart. It's not that we don't have education. But we don't understand how the system works. And if you don't put the money in the right place, when things happen, that money is gone. And the next thing we see is go farming. And then, is that something that is going to help us? So that is why some of us have decided that we'll do what we do. So if I came here and there were 1,000 people here, fine. I came here, there's one person here, I will still present. Because either we help ourselves or no one will help us. So I believe that at least what I've shared shows that if you don't know where you are placing your money, if it's not in the right place where you could capitalize on all these things, then let's talk to you. Cecilia is here. He can refer you to us. We'll sit down with you. We'll show you exactly what the top 1% are doing. This guy here, those of you who knows him, he was the one that did the Wakanda movie. And he said, we do not prepare for the certainties in life. And this was a young guy. When he passed, according to, he had $11 million. But after probate, the family only got $3 million. You See? Yes. Tomorrow is not guaranteed to anyone. All we have is today. So decisions are supposed to be made today. Tomorrow will be too late. Now, the biggest mistake we make in life is thinking we have time. But we don't. So please, let's make decisions and understand that today is the day that you have, that you need to make decisions. Tomorrow will be too late. Now, how do you implement these things that I've taught you? You start small. You stay involved. Now, small values here and there. And then you plan long term. That is how you implement this. Now, again, as I conclude my message here, the Bible says that 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. What does it say? Anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. So today, if you don't make decision to protect your family, protect their financial, you are worse than an unbeliever. Now again, Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22, it said, a good man leave inheritance for his children. For his children. But we leave debt for our children. Is that the right thing to do? That is why the Jews, they are taught this when they are kids. So, what do? Once they are giving birth, they open this account that I'm talking about. Usually use insurance to do this stuff. That their kids in their community, when a young person dies, money comes. Older person dies, money comes. But in our community, when something happens, what comes? Death. Now, and then our children are left in misery. Now, the last, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Now, as long as you continue to live on credit cards, you will be a slave to the lender. So, thank you so much for giving me this time to share this knowledge with you. But I believe we are all going to apply this knowledge. Don't forget, knowledge is not powerful until what? Applied. But one taking any action, it's just like you came here and you go back the same way. Thank you so much, Cecilia. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Safweje. It's very educative. We have taken it in good faith. I would like to know if anybody has any questions to ask Mr. Safweje. But before somebody asks the question, I just want to add that I know sometimes we will tell ourselves that we have group life insurance with our companies. But one thing I learned when I joined this company is that when you are out of your job place and something happens and you, let's say, God forbid, you die when you are out of the job place, that group life insurance does not cover you. So what it means is that when death is coming, tell death, wait for me, let me go to the workplace and pass there. That is the only way that that group life insurance can cover your family. And you know, and yet at the pa, and my pachobi will question be obey sir.
person me who say, you know, you spoke about sickness, death, and retirement, and also about the investment. Where exactly are you going to put your money? And when you start investing, like, you know, you start putting money over there, and if say, oh yeah, how much are you going to get? What is the process? You know, because any time will be very, you know, especially now. No, some of us who now work for ourselves, right now, who corner BBC, you know, how much do you have to contribute? How much are you getting in return as well?
Very good question. Very good question. The point is that it depends on individual because everybody is different. So, in order to, it depends on how much you are going to contribute to, and then the benefit that you get associated with that. So, the point is, before we even determine, we have to sit down with you, do what we call your financial need analysis. So, know what you make, how much you can save. We have to go through all that. And then we'll be able to determine how much you can afford. Because we cannot tell you 1 million or 2 million or 3 million when we don't know your financial structure. We don't know your financial strength. So first thing we do is that this is general presentation giving you an idea. But if you want one-on-one, yes, you make an appointment with us and we sit down with you. We'll break it into pieces, show you how much, if you contribute this, in case there's sickness, this is how much you're going to be paying they're going to pay you every month. In case there's terminal illness, in case there's critical illness, in case there's chronic illness, it's all there. You see how much you get. And then, when you get to retirement too, you know how much you take every month, every year. We'll be able to show you all that. But for now, this is general knowledge that we are giving. But when you call us or you make an appointment, we'll be able to sit down with you and determine everything. Yeah. So you know what you get from. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, all depends. Yeah, it's a good question. Very good question. Yeah, I mean, there's a place for everyone, you know. So it doesn't matter where you are in your life. You can start. It does not matter. And of course, if you are young, you have more room. Yeah, there's length of time for the money to compound. But if you are old too, as long as you have not passed and you still have breath in you, you are still here, yes, you can start from somewhere and you get something than nothing. Yes, so what it takes, as I've said, is that we need to sit down with you, see your financial structure, your financial strength, analyze it, and see what fits your needs. And we'll be able to provide exactly that for you. Yes, but there's room for everyone as long as you have breath in you. Yes. Both. I'm talking about everything. Yes, I'm talking about everything. Yes, because there are different um, products that does different things. But then, when we sit down with you, will be able to determine the one that can cover most of the things that we talk about. So I'm not talking about only life insurance, but life insurance is also a very important aspect of what I'm presenting. But I'm presenting generally what financial services that we provide. And when we sit down with you, we'll be able to present all the what we call investment alternatives, all the portfolios out there, and you make your own choice. Yes. Thank you. My company's name is Courtesy Leadership Development. Leadership Development, yeah. Yeah, that is my wife and myself. We have our own little company. We are affiliated with bigger companies like all this. Over 100 financial, we are brokers, and we are affiliated with over 100 companies. Yeah. All right. Yes. Okay. How do I say? The point is that 401k and 403b, which we call the qualified plans, and then as you say, a idea a popular a war. Into Uko Jumamua and only a becatro say a ye, into no, and I yes no. In the baby, ye nim me on to some eba abe idea me, name himself 401k, no one the best out there. Into no, but you were the obey. Ebia was started, oh yeah. But obeshe say, say no more to me. And I saying, and almost so they can. Okay, because the more tell no, a big company in the board, I would become amount. A bisu amu for being count. Ninti say, already become amount, dear. Not just a free money. I was say, I can with me a day. Inti say, a be almost 2% here. Na wo kasa ma monte me 2% ya almost for 2% in your day and count but they be almost the 2% count also because okay so mo the 2% become on the any monte 2% na mo fa bin count and then here almost the big count na se dache market no cost ro eba for mo and they say free money in the end anko ye so awaje aha na mum ye mu bi o ha almost say ebia your company near the 1% never count was monte me 20%. What I say a busy me 10%, monte me 20%. And only the to me now to Sikana to go because says Sikano a cost near buffer me cost near buffer me now will decide it baby and fa intino say oh baby ubit me do sika toa when you say we is coming the toa. Emre we so menya sei enu de better so that say se be de to ha emre no so sei no menya enye say ekosoro ba fom enti no enu no e depend na social security de woni hu ekwan bia as long as wo ye adwuma no ye betew aban no ayi enhyehyeye se wo ye adwuma nkwan de ye betew because that woni a sa na tie enti 401k ni de one kasa na obehwe so wo hwe na se wo so mo mfa hwe nka ho dia ene na ehu hia sanity yo okay
the big car can home from 20%. Yeah, because that was a way out. I don't know who. Yes. But it really helped me though, because it's like my company was, contributing 6%. And based on your age, so my career young boy 55 years, into me mommy, another 5%. so may match it 11 no with an extra, internal health rate until Mujai, and yeah. So now, like as I started my own business, not per se, still no, they have to do that, with some money, just to make sure so you continue.
Right.
Now, when America say, we know has let me know say I can just put a stop to that and rather channel it through another and also let's just say would it be advisable you take the money over there and put it in another office, like investing it somewhere.
Definitely.
And now the new investment now, unless we sit down before I will be enlightened on
Right.
in case you need something there, do they have that room that in terms of prices, not like sickness, death, or retirement, but you want to borrow some money from there, like 400K, of course Uncle Sam is going to tax you, some aid. Does that also give that opportunity
a better
that you
one.
can take some money out of?
Yes, a better one. Where when you are taking the money out, you don't pay no tax, zero. Yeah, there's a better one. That when in case you need money, you can take the money without paying no tax at all. Yeah, but the 401k, if you decide to withdraw the money and you are not 59 half, there's a lot of taxes that comes with it. Yeah, yeah. So there's a better vehicle there. And the won't you you know answer who click here and this kind of account. Yeah, into there's a room for that. But when we sit down, we'll be able to show you all that. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. And I'm just saying, you bet you. So all the investment vehicles, all of them, it's about 13 of them. Yeah, but like if I was going to present it here, a name free, yeah. So this is just general knowledge that I try to give.
And this is not like the pyramid
No,
type of stuff.
no.
Sometimes you put your money in there after it's like
No,
bye-bye.
no. No. This is not like these are big companies, financial companies that you already know them, but except that what the product that they will put out there is not what, yeah, but they are big companies that you know them already, Fidelity, what is it, Transamerica, this Nationwide, all this Fortune 500 companies, A-rated companies that we deal with. We don't deal with any small company. This A-rated Prudential, Lincoln Financial, all this Principal, Protector, all these companies you already know. But except that a better knowledge. Yes. Yeah.
So now we have to see Mrs.
Yes, and schedule appointment. Exactly.
How long does one session take? So as you know.
About an hour. Yeah. I only have an hour slot. Yeah.
And that will be on Zoom or
Zoom. Yeah. We have office. Yeah. We have an office in Columbia, Maryland. Yeah. Okay. Any question?
So now since she got you, everything has to go through her to.
Yeah, but I also put my number there. But it's yeah.
I see the number and everything.
Right.
I'm talking about.
Yeah. So you can call me directly or you can go through her. In either case, yeah. When you call, you refer